If you've been trying to lose 10 to 15 kilos and it's just not happening, I want to say something clearly. You're not lazy, you're not broken, and it's probably not your metabolism. Most of you out there just simply don't have structure. So today I'm going to walk you through the 5 steps that I use with my clients frequently, how to lose weight the right way. Not starvation, not detox teas, not cutting carbs and praying to God. Just 5 simple steps that actually work. And step 1 is where most people get it wrong before they even start. Step 1 is simple. Find your real starting line. Most people believe that they're actually in a calorie deficit, but when we actually look at their tracking, they're really not. They think they're eating 1,800 calories, but in reality, they're more closer to 2,400 to 2,500. Not because they're lying, it's because they're guessing. Eyeballing portions, forgetting oils, not tracking on the weekend, a few bites here and there that don't count, a couple of the kids' chicken nuggets. It's relatable, right? It's like driving with a broken speedo. You look down and it says 60, but in reality, you're doing 90. And then you only realize when the scale hasn't moved in 3 weeks. I've even been there myself. There's been a few seasons in my life where I've thought I've had it under control, training really hard, eating fairly decent. But when I tracked, honestly, it was pretty confronting. Not because I was weak, because I was tired and simply guessing. And once I stopped guessing, I started to feel in control. So for the next 7 days, I want you to do one thing. Track everything. Not perfectly, just accurately. Don't go and clean up your diet. Just get some real honest data, because if your numbers are wrong, your plan is built on sand. Most people start dieting by removing absolutely everything. Cut carbs, cut sugar, cut all the enjoyment out of life. And then they white knuckle their way through all their meals with no planning, no precision. Eventually they crack and then they think they failed. But discipline isn't the real problem here. Structure is. Instead of cutting food, start filling the plate properly. Picture your plate like the Mercedes-Benz symbol. I want you to have 1/3 of protein, 1/3 of carbohydrates, and 1/3 of fiber. This is the recipe to a great meal. And start drinking more water. 3 liters would be absolutely perfect. Don't remove anything yet. Just add these things in. Then what happens is really simple. Protein fills you up, fiber fills you up, carbs fill you up and energize you, water starts filling you up, and then suddenly there's no room for the foods that are derailing you. I coach adults that deal with stress, work, kids, mortgages, responsibilities coming out their ass.
I'm trying to get healthy, but I'm also trying to run a business, and I'm also trying to be a good dad.
They don't need more discipline, they need structure to make their life easier. Now around weeks 4 or 5, something magical starts to happen. The scale stops, stalls, flatlines. This is where most people panic. They act like Freddy Krueger and start slashing calories. They double their cardio, then they turn the whole process into punishment. But a plateau isn't failure, it's feedback. Good, honest feedback. Your body has simply adjusted. So if your weight hasn't moved for 14 days, make one small, tiny, teeny adjustment. Either reduce your calories by around 100 per day, or add a couple of short cardio sessions per week to increase your output. That's it. Small adjustment, not punishment, because you only get so many adjustments over 90 days. Go extremely early and you've got nowhere to go later. Consistency beats panic every single time. If you only do cardio when you're trying to lose weight, yes, the scale will drop, but you might not like what you see in the mirror, because muscles is what gives you your shape. Without it, you don't necessarily look leaner. You just become a smaller version of the same body. This is why strength training is the absolute key. 3 to 4 sessions per week, real resistance training, progressive overload, pushing yourself. When your body is in a calorie deficit, it will start burning what it doesn't actually need. You don't show it that muscle matters, it won't keep it. And you don't just want to be lighter, you want to look in the mirror and see something stronger staring back at you. Now this is the step nobody talks about. People build a plan, they can't wait to stop. Let that sink in. Chicken, broccoli, rice, rigid rules, no social life, no fun foods. And they push through it for a while, but eventually they just burn out. It's like holding your breath underwater. You can do it for a little while, but eventually you have to come up for air. And lo and behold, that gasp for air becomes the binge, the downward spiral. Ask yourself this one question. Could I do this a year from now? Not do I want to. Could I? If the answer is no, you don't have a fat loss plan, you have a countdown. And I've seen tons of people lose 15 kilos and still feel unhappy. The real transformation isn't just the scale. It's rebuilding confidence, structure, self-trust. Weight loss on its own doesn't fix much, but rebuilding your habits, rebuilding your strength, rebuilding your structure, rebuilding your character, that changes everything. Health is just the vehicle. Rebuilding yourself is the outcome. If you want help implementing these simple 5 steps into your life, your schedule, and your situation, that's exactly what I help people do through my coaching. But start with these 5 steps. Do them properly. You'll be ahead of most people in no time. If you found this helpful at all and figure that you need a little bit of extra help in your life, subscribe to the channel, jump on my socials, give us a follow for more structure in your life so you can just become a better version.